Coming up next, Pete Walker reports. Good luck, everybody. After this.
This is BBC.
As you heard in breakfast this morning, Rowhedge is being featured on Channel 4's Village of the Year. I saw the advert yesterday. It starts today. The Rowhedge episode will be aired next Thursday, the 25th of January. We've heard from some of the locals throughout the morning about their village, but let's talk to the parish council and get their reaction. Live to Pete Walker, our reporter, in Rowhedge now. Pete.
Good morning, Ronnie.
Yeah. You got somebody there to talk to?
Yeah, I have, but I thought usually we do the little thing where we talk to each other first, banter.
Okay, a bit of banter. How was your weekend, Pete? Don't care.
It's terrific.
Don't care. This is lovely. I saw the advert for this on Channel 4, Pete, and it's Penelope Keith. Do you know who Penelope Keith is?
My parents have told me about her.
Yeah, she was To the Manor Born and The Good Life. She was in there, and she's very, very lovely, very kind of posh lady, and she's I think she's the host of the programme.
I know precisely who Penelope Keith is. I'm just pandering to you. Shall I do a little scene set and then go into this interview?
Yeah, please.
Rowhedge is just delightful. I'm parked on Regent Street outside the Co-op and Post Office, looking down to the River Colne and the marshland sprawling around it. I've been here since 7 o'clock, as you said, for breakfast show, that professional show that runs just before you. It's been quite a journey. We were cloaked in darkness earlier. I was being attacked by rain. Then the sun reared its head, and you can see the River Colne. Dozens of boats there, smacks and yachts, and the sprawling marshland. Now it's a touch less rainy, but still miserably overcast. But the people of Rowhedge have been just delightful. The cliche goes that everyone knows one another's name, and that's precisely how it works. I was speaking to someone who said the landlord in the local pub knows exactly what everyone's orders are, and even has their names above the barrel. Joining me now is Anna Appleyard, a parish councillor and primary school teacher here in Rowhedge. It's because of you that Rowhedge finds itself in the Channel 4 programme. Can you tell me why you wrote to the producers?
Yes, I had this really fantastic day out with my family, and it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for people living in Rowhedge. We just cycled around the village, we stopped to get an ice cream from the shop, and we ate it on the riverfront. And the children climbed the tree. There's other children from the school that they know. It was just a really nice, relaxed, friendly day. And I thought someone should enter this competition because this really is a lovely place to live. And then I thought, well, maybe that someone should be me. So, yes, I started to get my brain in motion then.
Anna, apologies because you're having to compete with a very noisy Co-op van that's just dropping off its deliveries. So we're walking slightly away from my radio van. Can you now tell me, how did you find out that you were picked and going to be featured?
Well, that was a bit of a tricky one. I emailed off the application and didn't really think anything of it. And then in Springbank half term, my husband and I took the children to Legoland. And at these theme parks, you have to kind of queue for ages to get onto something. I was literally at the front of the queue for the dragon ride when my phone rang, and it was a producer from Channel 4. And I said, I'm really sorry, I really do want to speak to you, but I can't do it now. Give me 10 minutes and I'll call you back. So after the roller coaster ride, I ran him back, exhilarated.
You're quite the diva there. The dragon ride, I know it well. Love it. Can you tell me why Rowhedge should win?
It's such a fantastic place to live. We've got the river and all the wildlife and the water sports that happen there. We've got some wonderful woods, which are great for country walks, and again, more wildlife in there. We've got a fantastic pub, which is has really good real ale. We've got another pub which does fantastic food, a lovely little cafe. Everybody knows each other, but they're not on top of each other. People are friendly and help out their neighbours, and it's just a great place to be.
You were telling me a bit about Ye Old Albion and how well the landlord knows his customers, and a bit about the history as well. Could you go on for me, please?
I can indeed. So Simon in the pub, as you said, he knows everybody's drinks, and there's tankards above the bar with people's names on. So he just sees people coming and pours their drink, has it on the bar ready for them. There's also a noose in there, which I believe historically is because there were lots of smugglers around here. With the boat building history came the smugglers as well. And I believe a group of smugglers hung the customs man from the noose in the pub. This wasn't last week, obviously, this is a few hundred years ago. But yes, there's history everywhere. There's tunnels underneath the Albion pub, actually, which are now blocked up, but they run all across the village that the smugglers used to use through the village.
Can the Joe public access these tunnels?
No, unfortunately they're all bricked up now, but there are some under private houses, some under what's now private housing but used to be pubs, because we've got some very old pubs here. Yes, I believe they go up to the site of the old church at the top of the woods, because they used to hide the barrels in there overnight and then clear them out by the time the parishioners came in the morning. And I believe you used to be able to see the ring marks on the floor from where they'd had the barrels, but there was no trace of the smugglers or the barrels.
You lived in Sydney. How does it compare? And ultimately, where is a better place to live?
We were lucky enough to rent a flat on Sydney Harbour for a few years. My oldest daughter was born out there, and it was a fabulous place to live. But it was... There's no place like home. It's lovely to be back in the UK, and actually Rowhedge has absolutely everything that I would want. We've got a real sense of community that is very difficult to get when you live in a city, and I love all the history. I love all the higgledy-piggledy old houses, and the nature, and just getting a lot of fresh air. And it's not hard to create a day out here just by stepping out of your front door. You don't need to do anything fancy. You don't need attractions or anything like that. It's just a nice place to be.
And very briefly, can you tell me what you'd do with the £10,000 which you might win as part of this show?
Well, I don't think it will be all about me. I think I will have to ask everybody, as I did with the application. I went to the pub and asked lots of different people their opinions and put their thoughts into the application. I would do the same about the money, I think, because it would be good for most people to get use out of it.
A diplomatic, democratic consultation. That's how they do it in Rowhedge. Ronnie Barber, back to you.
Ronnie Barber. What's the Ronnie Barber? What's that all about? Ronnie Barber. That was lovely. Lovely lady. You spoke to a couple of things, Pete. Attacked by the rain. You said you are attacked by the rain. What is that? Attacked by the rain? What? Has the rain got a mallet or something and it's going for you?
It's this thing called creativity, mixing up with words. You wouldn't know about it.
You're talking about breakfast show being more professional than our show.
Well, sometimes they have more items than you and they just deliver it better.
Okay. And that rubbish question you asked Anna there, after she'd said that the tunnels under the pub were blocked up, you went, can Joe Public go in then? No, because they're bricked up.
Yeah, I admit that one. That was a rubbish question. I knew what the answer was going to be.
And this one here.
The Dragon Ride, I know it well. Love it.
Do you enjoy the Dragon Ride then, Pete?
Never heard of it. I was just having some fun.
You lied on the radio?
Don't know what to say. The Dragon Ride, I know it well. Love it.
Pete Walker, ladies and gentlemen, reporting live from Rowhedge. And good luck, Rowhedge. It's on the telly, but never trust Pete Walker ever again, everybody. He'll just make things up in his reports. It's a disgrace. If he was working at an independent radio station, he'd be gone. But the BBC will find him a job in strategy. You wait and see.